The freshman killer. Every high school has its legends. Westfield High's is Richard. No one calls him that anymore, not since the disappearances started. Students just refer to him in whispers as the freshman killer, a name passed down like a curse. The story starts the same every year. A group of freshmen hears the tale from a bored senior during orientation week. It sounds like a joke, a prank to scare the newbies. "Watch out for Richard," they say with a grin. "He likes the scared ones." But then you start noticing things, a shadow that's just a little too tall in the corner of your eye, a greasy handprint on your dorm mirror, heavy, slow footsteps behind you when the hallway's supposed to be empty. That's when the laughter stops. They say Richard was once a student here, awkward, quiet, always alone. He had this massive forehead that shone with grease, no matter how much he wiped it, and a receding hairline that made him look 40 when he was only 14. The other kids tormented him relentlessly, until one day he just stopped showing up. No one cared. A week later, one of the bullies went missing. Then another, and another. At first, people thought it was a sick coincidence, but then the pattern started. Every year during orientation, a freshman would vanish, then two, sometimes three. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, just empty beds and oily smudges on the windows, like something watched from the outside for too long. The staff doesn't talk about it. Try asking a teacher, and they'll get quiet and change the subject. Some say the administration knows about Richard, maybe even made a deal to cover it up. As long as he only takes the new ones, no questions are asked. They say Richard never speaks. He doesn't need to. You'll hear his breathing first, wet and wheezy, like air squeezing through something rotten. Then you'll smell him. Burnt scalp, cheap shampoo, old sweat soaked into a filthy hoodie. If you see his silhouette outside your window, duck down and pray the curtains are thick enough. One girl survived. Her name was Ellie. She only told her story once before she transferred out of state. She said she woke up to find him in her room, standing over her bed. He didn't move, didn't blink, just stared down at her with those wide, sunken eyes under a forehead slick with slime. She couldn't scream, couldn't move. He just whispered one word before vanishing into the dark. "Freshman." No one believed her, but they all noticed the smell that lingered in her room for weeks afterward. So if you're a freshman at Westfield High, stick with your group. Avoid the third floor of the library after sunset. Never open your door after midnight, even if someone knocks softly and says your name. And if you ever see a tall, greasy man with a bad hairline watching you from the shadows, run. Because Richard's still here, and he remembers what they did to him.